In some countries, a home costs less than a used car. What if you could buy a home for less than the price of a used car? In some countries, that's not a fantasy, it's reality. From Mediterranean coastlines to Southeast Asian beach towns, there are places where your money stretches so far it'll make your head spin. But cheap doesn't always mean smart. Today we're ranking 15 of the cheapest countries in the world to buy a home. And we're going beyond just price tags. Rental yields, appreciation potential, legal frameworks for foreign buyers. By the end, you'll know which bargain markets are real opportunities and which ones are traps. Number 15. Mexico. Everyone knows Mexico is affordable, but the property market tells a more nuanced story. The average price per square meter sits around $1,400. That's roughly $130 per square foot. In cities like Mérida or Guadalajara, a 3-bedroom home starts at $80,000 to $120,000. Rental yields average 5 to 7%, with coastal hotspots like Playa del Carmen pulling in higher returns from vacation rentals. Appreciation has been solid, around 6 to 8% annually in popular areas. But here's the legal catch. Foreigners cannot directly own property within 50 kilometers of the coast or 100 kilometers of borders. You'll need a fideicomiso, a bank trust, which adds $500 to $1,000 per year in fees. Mexico ranks 15th because despite great lifestyle appeal, the restricted zone rules and trust fees add friction that most other countries on this list don't have. Number 14. Vietnam. Vietnam's economy has been growing at 6 to 7% per year, and the property market has followed. The average price per square meter is around $1,500 in major cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. A modern apartment costs as little as $60,000 to $100,000. Rental yields sit at 5 to 6%, respectable but not exceptional. Appreciation has averaged 7 to 10% in Tier 1 cities. The catch? Foreigners can only buy apartments, not houses or land. Ownership is limited to 50-year leasehold terms, renewable once. And foreigners are capped at 30% of units in any single development. Vietnam is a growth story, but the ownership restrictions mean you're essentially leasing, not truly owning. Number 13. Thailand. Thailand has been a magnet for expats and investors for decades, and for good reason. The average price per square meter is around $1,400. In Chiang Mai, a 1-bedroom condo starts at just $35,000. Rental yields average 5 to 6%, with vacation rentals in tourist areas pushing higher. Appreciation has been moderate, around 3 to 5% annually. The legal framework is straightforward but restrictive. Foreigners cannot own land in Thailand, period. You can own a condo outright, but only if foreign ownership in the building stays below 49%. For houses, you'll need to lease the land on a 30-year term. Thailand is affordable and livable, but the land ownership ban keeps it from climbing higher on this list. Number 12. Montenegro. This tiny Adriatic nation is Europe's best-kept secret for cheap property. The average price per square meter is around $1,200. A sea-view apartment on the Bay of Kotor costs $60,000 to $90,000. Rental yields average 6 to 7%, driven by a booming tourism sector. Appreciation has been strong, about 8 to 10% annually as the country moves toward EU accession. Foreigners can buy apartments and houses freely. No restrictions, no trusts, no leaseholds. Montenegro uses the euro, which eliminates currency risk entirely. The downside? The market is small and can be illiquid. Selling can take time. But for Mediterranean property at Balkan prices, Montenegro punches well above its weight. Number 11. Morocco. Just a short ferry ride from Europe, Morocco offers property at prices that would shock most Western buyers. The average price per square meter is around $1,100. In Marrakesh, a traditional riad, a restored courtyard house, can be purchased for $50,000 to $80,000. Rental yields sit at 5 to 7%, with riads and tourist areas earning significantly more through short-term rentals. Appreciation has averaged 4 to 6%. Foreigners can buy property in Morocco with virtually no restrictions, one of the most liberal ownership frameworks in North Africa. The legal system is French-influenced, providing reasonable protection for buyers. Morocco's proximity to Europe and its thriving tourism market make it a compelling bargain. Number 10. Sri Lanka. After its economic crisis in 2022, Sri Lanka's property prices dropped significantly, creating a window of opportunity. The average price per square meter now sits around $900. A beachfront apartment costs as little as $40,000 to $60,000. Rental yields average 6 to 8%. The economy is stabilizing and prices are beginning to recover, suggesting appreciation potential of 5 to 8% over the next few years. Foreigners can buy apartments above the fourth floor in condominium complexes. Land ownership requires a 100% tax surcharge, effectively doubling the price. Sri Lanka is a calculated risk. The prices are undeniably low, and if the recovery continues, early investors could see significant upside. Number 9. Bulgaria. As an EU member state, Bulgaria offers something rare: rock-bottom property prices inside the European Union. The average price per square meter is around $850. A two-bedroom apartment in Sofia costs $50,000 to $70,000. In ski resorts like Bansko, you can find apartments for under $30,000. Rental yields average 5 to 6%, though ski and beach resort properties push 7 to 8% during peak season. Appreciation has been steady at 4 to 6% annually. EU citizens can buy freely. Non-EU foreigners can purchase buildings and apartments, but land requires setting up a local company, a simple process costing under $1,000. Bulgaria's EU membership provides legal stability, predictable regulation, and the country is on track to adopt the euro. Number 8. North Macedonia, one of Europe's most overlooked property markets. The average price per square meter is just $800. The capital Skopje offers modern apartments for $40,000 to $60,000. Rental yields average 5 to 7%. Appreciation has been moderate but accelerating, around 5 to 7% annually as the country pursues EU membership. Foreigners can buy apartments and buildings freely. Land purchase requires reciprocity agreements with your home country, and citizens of most Western nations qualify. North Macedonia's appeal is the combination of European location, NATO membership, and prices that remain among the lowest on the continent. The market is small, but that's precisely why the deals are this good. Number 7. Colombia. Colombia has transformed dramatically over the past 2 decades. Medellin and Cartagena are now global magnets for digital nomads and retirees. The average price per square meter is around $750. A modern 2-bedroom apartment in Medellin's El Poblado neighborhood costs $70,000 to $100,000. Rental yields are strong, 6 to 8% on long-term rentals, and up to 10 to 12% on short-term vacation rentals. Appreciation has averaged 5 to 7% annually, though currency fluctuations can affect dollar-denominated returns. The legal framework is excellent for foreigners. No restrictions on foreign ownership whatsoever. The process is straightforward, and a reliable network of bilingual lawyers makes transactions smooth. Colombia offers the best combination of lifestyle, yield, and foreign buyer friendliness in Latin America. Number 6. Albania. The Albanian Riviera is being called the next Croatia, and the property prices haven't caught up yet. The average price per square meter is around $700. A beachfront apartment in Saranda or Vlora starts at $40,000 to $60,000. Rental yields average 7 to 9%, driven by a tourism sector growing 15 to 20% year over year. Appreciation has been explosive, 10 to 15% annually in coastal areas. Foreigners can buy apartments and houses freely. Land purchase requires that the property includes a building. Albania is an EU candidate country, and accession would likely trigger a significant price correction upward, similar to what happened in Croatia and Montenegro. The window of opportunity here is narrowing fast. Number 5. Turkey, the world's cheapest major property market by price per square meter, averaging just $740. A modern two-bedroom apartment in Antalya or Alanya costs $50,000 to $80,000. In Istanbul's outer districts, similar properties start under $60,000. Rental yields average 7 to 8%, with tourist areas pushing higher. Appreciation in Turkish lira terms has been astronomical, but the lira has depreciated heavily, so dollar-denominated returns are more moderate at 3 to 5%. Here's the game changer. Buying property worth $400,000 or more qualifies you for Turkish citizenship, one of the world's most popular citizenship by investment programs. Foreigners can buy freely in most areas with minimal restrictions. Turkey offers the highest rental yields of any NATO country, a citizenship pathway, and prices that are genuinely hard to believe. Number 4. Georgia. Tbilisi is becoming one of the world's most popular destinations for digital nomads, and the property prices explain why. The average price per square meter is around $650. A renovated one-bedroom apartment in central Tbilisi costs $25,000 to $40,000. Rental yields are exceptional, 8 to 10% on average, with short-term rentals in the Old Town pushing 12 to 15% during peak season. Appreciation has been strong, about 8 to 12% annually. Georgia has possibly the world's most foreign-friendly property ownership laws. Any foreigner can buy property, apartments, houses, commercial, with zero restrictions. No residency required. No local company needed. The process takes as little as 15 minutes at the public service hall. Combined with a flat 1% property tax and no capital gains tax on properties held over 2 years, this is an investor's dream. Number 3. Cambodia, Southeast Asia's hidden gem for property investors. The average price per square meter is around $550. A modern condo in Phnom Penh starts at $30,000 to $50,000. In Sihanoukville, beach condos go for even less. Rental yields are outstanding, 8 to 10% on average, among the highest in Asia. Appreciation has been steady at 5 to 8% annually, driven by rapid urbanization and foreign investment. Foreigners can own condominium units above the ground floor, limited to 70% foreign quota per building. Cambodia uses the US dollar as its primary currency, effectively eliminating exchange rate risk for American investors. The legal framework is still developing, so working with a reputable local lawyer is essential. But the combination of dollar-denominated transactions, high yields, and low entry prices makes Cambodia a standout. Number 2. Egypt, the most affordable major property market you've probably never considered for investment. The average price per square meter is around $450. A modern apartment in Cairo's new administrative capital costs $25,000 to $40,000. In Hurghada on the Red Sea coast, beachfront apartments start at just $15,000 to $25,000. Rental yields are exceptional, 9 to 12% on average. Egypt has been building massive new cities and infrastructure projects, driving appreciation of 10 to 15% annually in emerging areas. Foreigners can buy up to 2 properties, each up to 4,000 square meters. You must prove the purchase funds came from abroad. The Egyptian pound has depreciated significantly, making dollar-priced properties even cheaper in real terms. For investors willing to navigate a developing market, Egypt offers some of the highest yields and lowest entry prices on this entire list. Number 1. Pakistan, the cheapest country on this list to buy a home. and the yields might be the most surprising discovery of this entire ranking. The average price per square meter is just $350. That means a 100 square meter home costs roughly $35,000. In cities like Lahore and Islamabad, modern apartments are available for $20,000 to $40,000. Rental yields are the highest we've measured, 10 to 15% in major cities. Appreciation has averaged 8 to 12% annually, driven by a young, rapidly growing population and accelerating urbanization. Pakistan has no restrictions on foreign property ownership. Anyone can buy. The catch? Infrastructure is still developing, bureaucracy can be slow, and the security situation varies significantly by region. Pakistan's property market is not for the faint of heart, but for investors who can navigate the complexity, the returns are unmatched anywhere on this list. And that wraps up our ranking of the 15 cheapest countries to buy a home. From Mexico's coastal towns to Pakistan's sky-high yields, the world is full of property deals hiding in plain sight. So here's our question. If you had $50,000 to invest in property right now, which of these 15 countries would you choose? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more data-driven property analysis, hit subscribe. We've got a lot more coming.